Renowned rapper Kiernan Forbes, popularly known as AKA, has been shot and killed in Durban. He had been in eThekwini for a performance. KZN police say the multi-award winner and his close associate were leaving a restaurant on Florida Road when suspects opened fire on them.
It began with the kind of night that was supposed to be a celebration. Bright lights, loud laughter, and the pulse of Durban's Florida Road beating beneath the feet of one of South Africa's biggest superstars. But beneath the music, beneath the cheers and the selfies, something dark was moving, something cold, a plan already in motion, a price already paid, and a death already decided. Kiernan Jared Forbes, AKA, walked with the confidence of a man who had survived everything the industry could throw at him. Scandals, heartbreak, rivalries, success, collapse, rebirth. Nothing could break him. Nothing had managed to stop him. Until that night, until the hitmen arrived, until a single video changed the country forever. Hours before the execution, AKA was in high spirits. He had landed in Durban for a performance at Yugo nightclub and to celebrate a close friend's birthday. He ate, he laughed, he embraced fans who gathered around Wish Restaurant on Florida Road. His best friend, AKA Tibz, a mentor figure since the earliest days of his career, walked beside him, calm, loyal, unaware that he too would not survive the night. But the truth is clear from the footage. Tibz was not the primary target. He was in the wrong place at the wrong second, caught in a storm meant for one man. At exactly 22:02:17, as captured on CCTV, two men emerged from the shadows. The first shooter, Mafia, sprinted forward from the Uganda garage side, closing the distance with practice speed. A second gunman, Gwabeni, remained positioned across the road, firearm raised, covering escape and ensuring completion. A two-man unit, a coordinated hit squad, no hesitation, no wasted movement. Mancube raised his 9mm pistol and fired at point-blank range. The first bullet struck AKA in the right temple. He collapsed instantly. Tibz, standing less than a meter away, turned instinctively toward his friend. A second shot, fired in the chaos, struck Tibz in the upper chest. He fell beside AKA on the sidewalk. The shooters fled in 23 seconds. Mancube and Gwabeni ran north, jumped into a waiting silver Volkswagen Polo driven by Lindani Ndimandi, and vanished into Durban's night. The car was later found abandoned in Umlazi, torched. The video spread across South Africa within minutes. A country watched in horror as one of its biggest artists was executed in public. Shock turned to grief. Grief turned to rage. And the police scrambled to respond. This was no random robbery, no gang hit gone wrong. This was a professional assassination, planned over weeks, funded with precision, and executed with military discipline. Investigators uncovered the getaway car's trail within 48 hours. The silver Polo had been rented on the 9th of February 2023 from a Durban agency under a false name and ID. Phone records placed the rental coordinator, Lindakula Tabetha, in the area. He was arrested in May 2023. The hit team had been tracking AKA for over 36 hours. They followed him from King Shaka International Airport upon arrival at 14:12 on 10th February. They monitored him at the Durban Hilton. They watched him post his location on Instagram at 19:14. Durban, we hear, hot wish tonight. That post became the final trigger. The assassins were not street criminals. They were trained operatives. Mthobisi Mncube had a history of contract killings in KwaZulu-Natal. Mziwethemba Gwabeni was linked to taxi violence enforcers. Both moved with the calm of men who had done this before. By March 2023, police had arrested 5 men. By May, 2 more. The final suspect, Muzi Matibela, was extradited from Eswatini in August 2023 after a high-speed border chase. The confirmed accused are Mthobisi Mncube, primary shooter, Mziwethemba Gwabeni, second shooter, Lindani Ndimande, getaway driver, Siyabonga Gizani. Ndimande, brother, logistics and burner phone handler, Lindokule Thabetha, rental car coordinator, Sibonelo Mbele, spotter inside Wish restaurant area, Muzi Matibela, Eswatini-based operative, weapons supplier. 2 masterminds, referred to in court as Person A and Person B, remain at large. One is believed to be in the United Arab Emirates. The other is still in South Africa, protected by silence and influence. Investigators traced 803,000 rand in payments split across 5 bank accounts using runners and cash deposits. The money moved through FNB, Capitec, and Nedbank between the 6th and 9th of February 2023. A recovered WhatsApp group named Operation Mega contained messages confirming final payment upon completion. Target down, send balance, 2207, 10th of February. Burner phones were activated on 9th February and deactivated by 11th February. Digital forensics recovered deleted signal messages showing reconnaissance photos of AKA's hotel room door and the Wish restaurant entrance. CCTV from Wish revealed a critical detail. At 21:47, a man in a white cap, later identified as Sibonelo Mbele, gestured subtly toward AKA as he exited the restaurant. The same man had been spotted earlier at 18:30, wearing a black hoodie, scouting the street layout. Facial recognition confirmed the match. The location was ideal for the hit. Florida Road at night. Narrow sidewalks, heavy pedestrian traffic, loud music masking gunfire, multiple escape routes. AKA had no security detail, no armed escort. He walked freely among fans, accessible, exposed, and predictable. Tibz Motsone was not on the original plan. He arrived at Wish unannounced, around 21:30, joining AKA spontaneously. Ballistic analysis confirms the bullet that killed him ricocheted off the pavement after passing near AKA's falling body. He was collateral damage, tragically positioned in the kill zone. In the weeks before the murder, encrypted messages referenced Mega needing to be handled before the album drop. AKA was preparing to launch a new independent label, cutting out major industry players. Whether this was the motive remains unproven, but the timing is undeniable. Detectives faced interference from the start. In August 2023, 3 SAPS officers were suspended for tampering with evidence logs. A R500,000 bribe was offered to lead investigator Lieutenant Colonel Kishi Mabunda. He refused and reported it. The NPA later confirmed attempts to derail the case from within. Court hearings began in Durban Magistrates Court in June 2023. The 7 accused appeared in shackles. Families packed the gallery. AKA's mother, Lynn Forbes, stared down the men accused of killing her son. Tibz's sister demanded his name not be forgotten. As of 5 November 2025, the trial is scheduled for March 2026 in the KwaZulu-Natal High Court. The state has 87 witnesses, 142 exhibits, and over 600 pages of forensic reports. But the masterminds remain unnamed in public. Phone pings, placed the hit team near Wish Restaurant 4 hours before the attack. Car rental records show funding through a known Durban criminal syndicate. Witness statements describe two quiet men watching the entrance from a nearby bar. The full picture is this. A powerful figure ordered the hit. A payment of at least 803,000 rand was made. A team of 7 was assembled. A superstar was tracked, marked, and eliminated. A friend died in the crossfire. And a cover-up began before the bodies were cold. AKA's family has vowed to see justice served. They've launched the AKA Memorial Foundation and push for updates monthly. Tibz's family fights for his legacy, insisting he was more than a footnote, a businessman, a father, a brother. Behind closed doors, detectives follow leads into Durban's taxi industry, music promotion rackets, and high-level corruption. One name keeps surfacing, but remains protected by fear. South Africa waits. The nation that danced to Fela in Versace and Lemon's Lemonade now demands answers. Was it business, revenge, power, or something darker? This was not a murder born of passion. It was an execution. Cold, calculated, and contracted. A man who built an empire with words. A friend who stood loyal to the end. Both erased in 23 seconds by men who vanished into the night. And until the masterminds are named, until the full truth is dragged into the light, their story lives in the shadow of silence. But every empire leaves a trail. Every secret creates a crack. Every assassin eventually makes a mistake. The night AKA and Tibz were killed, South Africa lost more than 2 men. It lost the illusion that fame equals safety, that loyalty equals survival, that justice is guaranteed. But what it gained was resolve. When the truth finally breaks, no matter how powerful the names, how deep the corruption, how dark the motive, it will shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew about that night on Florida Road. This is the story of a superstar, a friend, an execution, a conspiracy, and a case that refuses to die. 7 men in custody, 2 masterminds still free, a 20 million rand reward on the table, and a nation that will not forget. The hunt continues.